Welcome to Steppa the Flatbush Don TV, where we don't glorify the streets, we learn from them. You got people asking me about Caballo. Was he live like that? Was he built like that? Was he putting in work like that? When I talk to people, sometimes you got to realize that people might hear stories about certain people, certain individuals, and the stories seem incredible, whereas they can't believe this person actually did certain things. Now, I'm an individual. I done been through a lot, done seen a lot. I could only speak about what I seen, what I experienced, right? So I'm never gonna come and talk to you about no fiction. Whatever I talk to you about is things I actually seen with my eye or heard from credible sources. And if I heard from credible sources, I'm gonna tell you what I seen or what I heard was firsthand. What I heard was secondhand from so and so. So I let you know. Okay. Always telling this story about Caballo. In my mind, Caballo was always a live dude. When I say he was live, I mean he was live. He was a leader. He had a lot of soldiers that was following him. And he led by example. You got some dudes that lead from the back. He lead from the front. Case in point, we in HDM in the 90s. I'm in 6th block. Born Son, Giant, Aubrey, Bebo, Fritz, Gerald Miller, Lamique. A whole lot of live dudes was in the house. I went out to the yard one day. I like to get my rec. I like to work out, burn off that negative energy. You know, some dudes like to stay in the block, scared to come out. But I like going on the yard and working out, especially on the weight pile. HDM was a live building. There was a lot of people in HDM facing a lot of time. At the time, Tony Tuff was there. Delroy was there. Bidia. A lot of other people that was facing a lot of time was there. Supreme Crew, Robo, a lot of dudes was there. HDM was live. Caballo had a block locked down. I think it was 7th block. I'm not really sure right now. Like I said, I went to the yard one day. I'm working out. Throwing this iron up, this pig iron up. Getting my buff on. Trying to get back diesel, stay diesel. And Caballo asked if he could work out with me. Now I knew him from before. And we started chopping it up. I knew him when he first came in. So we started talking about that, this and that, this and that. We was getting our buff on, we was working out. Now, a lot of people think that because Caballo Dominican, he was on some racist things. Caballo, if you was a live dude and he respected you, no matter who you were, he was the type of dude that he go acknowledge you wherever you go. Wherever he see you at, he's going to acknowledge you. Regardless if his homeboys is not feeling you, he's still going to acknowledge you. And if need be, he'll go to war and have your back in some cases. So we in the yard. There's a lot of beefs going around. A lot of dudes walking on eggshells. So while he down getting his sets, we bench pressing. You know, I'm looking around. Always like scanning my surroundings in case, you know, enemies try to creep up or whatever. I like to know who's around me. And if I could detect any shifty moves, any moves that don't look right. Because HDM is not like Comstock and those places where Comstock, like the yard was blacktop. So it was more difficult to be hiding bone crushers out there, knives, right? Majority of the time, dudes bringing a fiberglass, go through the metal detector, bring a fiberglass gun or whatever to the yard. But in HDM, the yard, you could bury a knife. So after we working out, I see Caballo, two of Caballo's homeboys, two or three of them came through. They started talking, pull them to the side, they started talking, they looking at me, pull him to the side, and he said he had to go do something. And he started spinning the yard with them. I knew, or I felt, something wasn't quite right. So I took a little break. I'm watching. I see them spinning the yard. And they fell in step. Behind this dude. This is when they was giving out, they had Newport shirts, t-shirts. I seen dude, he like screamed out. Caballo, bang dude with a bone crusher. I mean, that joint was like nice size. I seen a hole in dude back like that. I said, I know he dead. If he ain't dead, he done lost a lung. He ran up in there, collapsed, and that was it. I seen the knife get passed on. Dudes drop that shit in the toilet or something. You drop that joint in the yard. You know what it is. Everybody gonna get searched. Everybody's gonna get frisked going back in. few days after, I don't know, they must have came and got Caballo. They had grabbed a couple of his people, but they let them go. So his peoples was going around, talk about they got Caballo locked up. And the dep was calling for, he needed like about 10 knives, not no weak knives, not no okie doke knives that people could just make in a hurry. He wanted some bone crushers. I mean, that hard steel, that sharp steel that was like killers. That's what he wanted off the compound. So his homeboys start going around and, trying to get dudes, whoever was good with Caballo, to contribute whatever knives, you know what I'm saying? And dudes was helping out. Dudes he was cool with or whatever was helping out. Had a couple bangers, and a couple mattresses around the place. And I helped out. I did my thing. I helped out. A couple of days later, he was out. Came to see me. Pulled up on the bars. Told me to come through. Came to the bars, seen what was up and this and that. Gave me a pound and all that. Showed the appreciation. Hit me over something. And that was it. So when people ask me if this dude, Caballo, was all hype, or was he as serious as people made him to be, I'm going to say he led from the front. Caballo was real like that. People don't follow cowards. They follow heart. They follow bravery. So that's my ends on that. Last word, final words. Caballo was built like that. I can't take nothing from that man. Not only was he physically strong on that weight pile, but he had a lot of heart. He was a strong soldier like that. He was a general like that. Straight up and down. Steppa from Steppa the Flatbush Don TV. If you like this content, like, share, subscribe. Stay strong. Stay free. One love. Peace.